In this video, we will show you how to replace your upper ball joint on this Ford F-150. This is part of your front steering and suspension, located behind your front wheel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we need to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so we can start removing the wheel. To remove the wheel, remove all 6 of your 21mm lug nuts and we can get this off of here. Now that we have the wheel out of the way, the next thing that we're going to do is safely raise and support the front suspension along this area. When doing so, be extremely careful not to shift your vehicle off of your jack stands or the lift, whatever you might happen to be using. Just going to put a jack right underneath that lower control arm and start raising this up. Now before we start removing the upper ball joint nut from this area, we want to make sure we tie off the steering knuckle so when we do dislodge this, it will not pull away from the vehicle. Bring this right over the frame. Now we can start removing our 18mm upper ball joint nut from this area. Once we have it off, we'll just give it a quick inspection and start it back on a couple threads. After that, we're going to separate this. You can either use a ball joint separator or even just use a hammer lightly tapping on this area, causing vibration. Well, as you can tell, ours is separating on its own, but typically it will be stuck in place, so I'm just going to continue on. Now we're just going to separate this area. Once again, we want to make sure the knuckle does not pull away and cause any damage. Looking along the top of the upper control arm, we're going to pay attention to where the ball joint comes up and through. You're going to find that you have a snap ring up along the top here. To remove this, you want to have some snap ring pliers. For my snap ring, the 2 locking ears are on the inboard side. These can be pretty much anywhere. It really depends on where the person had set it originally. If you need to, you could use a pry bar to pull this down to gain access. It's really up to you. We'll continue on. Got our snap ring pliers here. Just going to see if I can squeeze on this. We'll pull that out of place. It's common for this to be rusted on there. With the snap ring out of place, the next thing we'll do is carefully start bringing down the control arm so we can gain access up along the top with our ball joint press. I'm just going to be using a ratchet strap for this. Bring it right down along here, down to the tie rod end. We'll flex this down as necessary. Now we have ample room up along the top. Continuing on, we have our ball joint press. We have a cup that'll fit over the base of the ball joint, and we're using a hollow adapter for the bottom side there. That's where the shaft of the ball joint is going to go down and through. We'll just take this, bring it right up there. You can see that ball joint stud. Continuing on, we'll just swing this right on over, apply light pressure. Now we're going to continue tightening this, pressing the ball joint down and into the cup area here. Once it's broken free, we can remove the entire thing from that upper ball joint. There we are. Before installing your brand new ball joint, the next thing you need to do is clean and inspect your upper control arm, especially in the areas where the ball joint will sit. We want to go inside of the port here, the circular port that is, and then down along the bottom. This is where the base of the ball joint will press against. We need to make sure it's clean and free of any debris. Use some sandpaper or wire brush, whatever you might happen to have. With everything clean, we'll continue on with the installation of our brand new ball joint. Have a look from the top area here. Now, if you were looking at the flat base, you're going to find that you have 2 flattened areas. Those will be facing side to side, from front to back. We don't want to have it in this direction here. We want to have it just like that. Now, for this, you would just take it and bring it right down along the bottom side of that upper control arm. Once you have it in this position, you're going to continue on with a cup along the bottom. As for the cup along the bottom, we want to make sure that it has the port for the ball joint stud on the bottom, and then the cup area needs to fit up against the base of that ball joint. While we're doing that, we also need to have another adapter up along the top of the upper control arm. You can tell that this is concave. That's so the top of the ball joint can make its way up and through the control arm and still give us room for our snap ring up along the top. Now with all that said, let's start getting this in position. We'll start with the ball joint, slide it right up and through there. You should be able to pivot the stud as necessary. Now I have my cup down along the bottom there. We're just bringing this right up into position. We're making sure that the ball joint's facing the right direction. This is important. Ball joint press next. Small gap up along the top, concave cup. Now we're going to continue applying pressure, driving the ball joint all the way up into the upper control arm so you can see the base is completely bottomed out against the bottom of the control arm. Now while holding pressure on this area, I'm going to confirm that I'm completely bottomed out all the way around that ball joint and control arm. Remove your tool. Now that we've confirmed that everything's properly seated, we're going to be paying attention along the top of the control arm, looking at the ball joint itself. You can see that there's a small groove making its way around. That is for your snap ring. We'll be installing this by putting it directly on the snap ring pliers first. Just go ahead and put them right inside those two circular ports there. Now as you squeeze on this, it's going to separate it and we'll slide it into place. Let me get this off of here. After removing both straps holding things in place, we can continue on to pivoting that knuckle over where it belongs, underneath the ball joint stud. Continue on by pressing the upper control arm down, bringing the ball joint stud in and through. We'll start on our mounting nut. After starting on the mounting nut, go ahead and snug it up. The torque for this is 46 foot-pounds. After torquing that, you can remove the support from underneath your lower control arm. One last quick inspection in this area, and we can reinstall our wheel. When installing your wheel, install all 6 of your lug nuts. We'll bottom them out. Get the wheel safely back down on the ground and torque each of these to 150 foot-pounds. Now that we have the wheel back on the ground, we'll be torquing these in a crisscross manner to that 150 foot-pounds. Okay friend, we finished our installation. The next thing you need to do is hop in the vehicle, take it for a road test, listen for any odd noises, and get yourself safely down to your local alignment shop. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.